The weather outside is frightful, but fortunately, the basketball at least has been delightful in the River Valley. I'm Leland Barclay, and it's my privilege to host the River Valley Sports Report, where we highlight River Valley athletes and schools. The River Valley Democrat-Gazette ventured into eastern Oklahoma last weekend for not just the basketball tournament of the year, but also the social event of the year in the county. The Howe Lady Lions continued their dominance in the LeFlore County Tournament with a 67-37 win over LeFlore in the championship game on Saturday night at the Spiro Multipurpose Center. It marked Howe's 19th county title in 31 championship game appearances all time and 8th title in the last 9 years. Gracie Lute earned the MVP award with 15 points in the championship game. She also scored 15 points in the semifinal 51-40 win over Whitesboro. Ashlyn Dalton had 9 points and 11 rebounds, and Abby Howe had 11 points for Howe. LeFlore was the 5th seeded team in the tournament and marked the highest seeded team to make the finals since Pocola won the tournament in 2002 as the 6th seed. LeFlore knocked off number 1 Pocola 49-45 in the semifinal to make its first appearance in the championship game since 1979. In the boys' championship game, Pocola won its 2nd straight county title with a 59-34 win over Worcester. All 5 starters scored for Pocola in the first 5 minutes, and the Indians jumped to a 16-0 lead. Tournament MVP Garrett Scott scored 18 points, including 12 in the first half. Dakota Terrell added 15 points, Braden Hardwick added 10 points, and Zach Jones had 7 points and 7 rebounds. We talked with Pocola head coach Derek Barlow after the championship.
Well, that's the kind of start we've been dreaming of. I mean, we know we're capable of that. With young guys, sometimes it's hard to get that type of start, especially in this environment. We hadn't played a lot of games in this type of crowd, this type of atmosphere. Last night it definitely got to us a little bit, and we were committed. They were committed when we left here last night that to leave that behind them. We were going to come out and enjoy the environment tonight instead of being terrified of it. And I think they did exactly what we asked them to do and what they wanted to do. So I'm really proud of that.
On Friday night, the Northside Lady Bears remained in first place in the 6A West with a 67-38 win over Springdale. Northside led just 26-17 at the half, but then scored the first 12 points of the third quarter to take command of the game. Northside had lost at Bentonville on Tuesday and went without a field goal for over 8 minutes during a second half stretch. We talked with Northside head coach Ricky Smith following the win.
It was huge. I mean, our kids, we were disappointed in our performance, but you got to give Bentonville credit. I mean, they're very good. And in this conference, if you don't play every night, you're going to get beat. But we had 2 really old school practices, you know. Our kids, the biggest thing as a coach is if your kids will allow you to coach them the way they need to be coached. Let us push them, you know, a little bit, step on some toes, and we did. Spent a lot of time in the film room Wednesday, had a good hard practice after, and then come in yesterday and had another one. And the kids, you know, when you got so many young kids, sometimes they don't see the big picture, and I'm proud of them. I really am. We missed a lot of shots tonight, took some crazy ones too. But Springdale makes you play really fast. I mean, they do not let you're never comfortable on either end of the floor because they're so quick. And but I'm very proud of our performance. Proud of our bench, getting better. Some of our young kids coming off the bench and scoring and giving us a little bit of lift, and that's huge. You know, they're going to continue to get better and better, and they work really hard in practice. So just really proud of the team. It was a big team win tonight.
You mentioned, missing some shots, but you more than made up for it on the boards.
Yeah, we had a sizable advantage, a big size advantage. And our kids, our big strong guards were long. And so we knew that. We wanted to capitalize on that. And so we tried to, run some stuff offensively to keep people around the basket. But, when you miss that many shots, you better rebound.
You know, it was a tight game, first quarter, second quarter. How big was the run you had? I think it was 12-0 to start the second half.
Yeah, it was huge, and that's been kind of our Achilles heel all year. You know, we were tournament of champions. We had big leads at halftime, come back and stumped our toe, and we've had several ball games here. And the second semester, we've had double-digit leads and come back, cut it to 1, end up winning in single digits. So, our focus, we changed up how we come out of the warm-ups. You know, I mean, we do different things. The first semester, we've done what I've done for 29 years, and it didn't work. So we changed it. We came back out and we did some different shooting drills. As a coach, my approach has been different lately for the third period. So, you know, I'm today's kid. You got to change, and it's not easy being old as I am, but you got to do what you got to do. So we changed up our halftime routine, changed it up, but our kids carried it over. I don't know if that had a lot to do with it. It made me feel like we did, but our kids were a lot more focused. And you know, Springdale missed some shots. You know, you have to say that. But we capitalized a little bit transition, and then you know, we started trying to get on the boards really, really hard. So, good win, very proud of it.
The Grizzlies dropped a tough 49-48 decision to Springdale on Tuesday. Northside had a chance at the end with an inbounds play under its own basket with 4.3 seconds left, but couldn't convert. Southside dropped a pair of games on Tuesday at Fayetteville. The weekly Tuesday 5A West rivalry night was canceled this week due to the snowstorm. Greenwood and Alma has been rescheduled to play next Thursday along with the rest of the conference games. That was one of the many postponements, with some schools wisely moving games from Tuesday to Monday. You can keep up with all the rescheduled dates in the Northwest and River Valley Democrat-Gazette and by following our Twitter accounts. That brings us to the weekly segment, Gimme 5. These are the top 5 performances of the past week in the River Valley. Number 1, the Northside Lady Bears used a huge advantage on the boards in their 67-38 win over Springdale on Friday. Northside out-rebounded the Lady Bulldogs by a 63-32 count. Karis Washington had 23 points and 17 rebounds. Sherish Blackman had 14 points and 10 rebounds. Ariana Gooden had 10 points and 14 boards. The win keeps Northside one game ahead of Rogers Heritage, Bentonville, and Springdale Harbor in the 6A West standings. Number 2, the Van Buren Lady Pointers went 2-0 last week with a 43-38 win over Alma and a 59-51 win at Harrison. At Harrison on Friday, Van Buren hit 12 of 23 three-point attempts. Carter Meyer scored 14 points, and Holly Ming had 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. Number 3, the Greenwood Lady Bulldogs won their 13th straight game on Friday with a 78-34 crushing of Mountain Home. The Lady Bulldogs scored 33 points in the first quarter, with Maddie Cartwright and Anna Trusty combining for 30 of them. Cartwright finished with 27 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 steals. Trusty had 17 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, and 3 assists. Trusty also had a big game against Siloam Springs earlier in the week on Tuesday when she scored the game-winning basket at the buzzer. Number 4, the Charleston Tigers won their 7th straight game on Monday with a 71-59 win over Two Rivers. Brevin Ketter and Brandon Scott each scored 25 points. Drake Dodson added 12. Number 5, Van Buren Wrestling head coach John Petrie earned his 100th career win last week when the Pointers beat Greenwood in a match. On Monday, Van Buren defeated Shiloh Christian 72-12. To keep up with all the basketball action, you definitely want to check out Every Day of the Northwest Arkansas and River Valley Democrat-Gazette, where you will get Players of the Week, rankings, scores, standings, and notes for the most comprehensive basketball coverage in the state. You'll also want to pick up the Sunday River Valley Democrat-Gazette, available all across the River Valley, including eastern Oklahoma at Walgreens, Harps, Come and Go, and Casey's. Last week's feature was on Mountain Bird Girls coach Paige Jones, an Alma graduate. Jones, the former Page Dean, was an assistant for 24 years before earning her first job as a head coach this season. You can subscribe online at nwaonline.com and click the subscribe button, or by calling our customer service line at 479-684-5509. Be sure to follow the River Valley Democrat-Gazette Twitter account as well as mine, Walter's, and Harold's. You can view and purchase photos from our award-winning Arkansas Democrat-Gazette photographers that can be seen and purchased on our website, nwaonline.com/photo. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to this channel. We're going to wrap up this week's River Valley Sports Report with videos from the LeFlore County Tournament in Northside from Friday night. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.